Mike Troll, Amsoil dealer here. Got Jesse, possible future Amsoil dealer here. And today we got this 08 Yaris. We're gonna be draining the Amsoil and changing it. It's had Amsoil in it for many years. And actually the reason it's running right now is because we're gonna pull the transmission dipstick. Now this transmission fluid has been in here 8 years and over 40,000 miles. And I just want you to look at that color. That's the Amsoil Signature Series ATF. And it does meet Toyota WS among a slew of other specifications. But yeah, sadly I wasn't filming videos for YouTube at that point, so but I just want you to see that is beautiful fluid and it's right to the level. Yeah, we did a pan drop, filter change, magnet clean, and a full flush where we took the transmission cooler line loose and got it switched out to the Amsoil. All right, so now we're gonna pull it up on the ramps and then we'll do a drain and fill with the Amsoil Signature Series 5W-30 motor oil and the Amsoil oil filter. And we'll talk about why use Amsoil while we're doing that. Guys, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. There we go. This car has been having annual oil changes with Amsoil for quite a while. I'll have to go on the Amsoil My Garage and see, but the mileage, let's see, it's on trip. Oh, here we go. 126,964, 126, almost 127,000 miles. All right. So if you've never been under your car before, this 08 Yaris, here's the drain plug and here's the filter right here. Still got that Amsoil filter from last year. All right, so 14 millimeter, we already broke it loose, and take this out. It'll be nice and hot. I am all out of blue gloves, so doing the best I can here like this. Yep, so this Amsoil Signature Series is an amazing oil, and most likely if we sent a sample of this to the lab, it would still be good. It's been in here 13 months, and I think I looked at the miles and it was like 6,000 to 8,000, I forget. So that's barely even using this oil, because this is a 25,000 mile, 1 year, 700 hour oil. And that's without oil analysis. But since we did reach and actually exceed the year, it's time to change it, unless you know, you were going to do an oil sample. We just did an oil sample on my Accord V6 2003, and that oil was in for 18 months and 10,000 miles, and it was still good. So if you want to subscribe, check out that video. This is the kind of stuff we do on this channel. So I think, yeah, we can continue to let that drain and actually take care of our filter. And the oil filter is the Amsoil EA 15K09. I'll have links in the pinned comment. I'm still not set up to put clickable links in my description. I don't know why. I have to look at that. I thought when I got the channel monetized, it would automatically start letting me do that. So go ahead and let some of that down. Not sure what's all in the frame here, but ooh, it is bright and sunny, so I can hardly see out from under the car. Yeah, I like having a glove, especially for taking the oily filter off, but we use a paper towel here. So the Amsoil again is 100% chemically engineered synthetic. I don't know if you can see inside that filter, but that anti-drain back valve is bright orange. It's silicone. So everything in this filter is made to go the distance. So you don't have to worry about paper end caps or the media falling apart. This is a wire-backed full synthetic media in these filters. So, oh, and the best part is the filtration is 99% efficient at 20 microns, which is really good and allows these filters to last 15,000 miles or 1 year. So if you're a highway warrior, you might run the Signature series and then change your filter every 12 or 13,000, and that would give you a full year and 25,000 out of the oil. Look up in here, see that our gasket is removed. So what we'll do is we'll get our new filter primed up and ready to go. This is in the frame, Amsoil EA 15K09. And again, my link at numberonesynthetic.com will allow you to look up your vehicle by year, make, model, and engine. And I'll have that link down in the comments, in the pinned comment. So, Amsoil Signature Series, 100% synthetic. This is a true chemically engineered synthetic. It's the first in synthetics. Came out in the early 70s. And so if you go to my web link, numberonesynthetic.com, you can check out all the different products. This is the top tier right here, the flagship offering. But there are lower priced options that are not made to go 25,000 miles. And there are a couple of intermediate options, one of which just came out. It's for hybrid vehicles, because hybrid vehicles, you go from a cold engine to full start, full load. You know, whenever the PCM decides that you need the gas engine, it kicks in. And so you want an oil that will flow readily and protect your engine at any and all temperatures. So a high viscosity index synthetic is going to be the best way to meet those challenges. We also have literally just introduced, along with the hybrid oil, are the high mileage line of oils. And again, these are an intermediate line that Amsoil makes, and it's got the extra seal conditioners, it's got all the extra stuff that you'd want in a oil for a vehicle that's over 75,000 miles. Now, we'll be honest, most vehicles, or many vehicles on the road today, have more than 75,000 miles. Cars are lasting longer, people are keeping them longer for economic reasons, and but there are people who want a purpose-made product They want that high mileage oil, and so Amsoil says, yeah, we can do that. And so we have products for what you drive and how you drive it. So there's a lot of overlap in our products, so it gives a lot of flexibility. So if you had a hybrid and you're like, I want to run the Signature series, that would be perfectly fine, because that is the flagship oil. All right. But you can read all the specs and details and decide for yourself at my web link, number1synthetic.com. All right, so that's on. We screwed that on hand tight. So we're gonna get a new crush washer, reinstall this bolt, and refill with 3.9 quarts. Ha ha. I always laugh about that when it's 3.9 or 5.1 quarts. New crush washer. I just get myself a generic set off of Amazon. So you always need these in various sizes working on vehicles. And if you replace it every time, you know, and you tighten it, when you tighten it, you crush it down, hence the name crush washer, and you prevent leaks that way. Now, can you get more than one use out of one? I'm sure you can, but this way it's just peace of mind. And torque spec was probably around 30 foot-pounds, but again, this is just use your head, don't over tighten it. And here we got the Amsoil brake and parts cleaner. So let's say you're doing your product order at number1synthetic.com and you need few bucks more to make it to free shipping. Go ahead and look at stuff like this, or even the fuel additives that we're going to show you here in a minute. All right, guys, let's put in some oil. So again, we'll put in 4 quarts, technically 3.9. Of the Amsoil Signature 5W-30. So guys, if you're more comfortable calling in your order to Amsoil or just punching in amsoil.com, if they ask you, how'd you hear about Amsoil, I would be honored if you put in Mike Troll, and my dealer number, referral number is 1463115. And really help out the channel. Did all my cars, all my fluids over to the Amsoil Synthetics in 2007 and became a dealer. And I've just been doing it ever since. I started YouTube just a few years ago. Man, all the stuff that I've done, I wish I had recorded. All right, guys. Here's 2 more. So the verse of the day, I don't have it in front of me and I don't have the reference in front of me, but my buddy Charles this morning was listening, fellow truck drivers, listening in Isaiah. I think it's from Isaiah 55, and it says, why do you spend your money for that which is not bread? And it goes on down at the end, you know, come be satisfied by rich fatness, says in the King James. And so we were joking around about that being a verse in the Bible that talks about ketogenic diet. Anyway, no, what it's talking about, and there's a parallel verse that I think about in Jeremiah. It says, you know, you've hewed out for yourselves cisterns that hold no water. You've forsaken the fountain of living water. So what those are all talking about is we all seek happiness. And it's not wrong to seek happiness. Well, what's wrong is to seek for happiness in everything other than God. And, you know, the good gifts that He gives us are not sinful, but we can make them sinful when we worship the gifts rather than the giver. And essentially, we've all done that. And that's why Jesus had to come and die for the sin of the world. So, Jesus' death in paying for the sin of all who would ever believe, that allows God the Father to forgive those who cry out to Him in repentance and faith. So God can be just, Romans 3 tells us, and the justifier of the one who has faith in Jesus. So if a judge doesn't do justice, he's not a good judge. So justice was satisfied at the cross because the punishment we deserve was poured out on the Son of God, on God the Son. And so we get the benefits of that. Jesus was treated like a sinner even though He had never sinned, so that we could be treated as righteous even though we're anything but righteous. Now, through God's grace and faith in what He's done and the empowering of the Holy Spirit, we can become more and more like Jesus and begin to exemplify more godly character. But none of that saves us. It's just the evidence that we are saved. It's the evidence that God has worked in our hearts. And so, hope that helps, guys. I was kind of all over the place there with the verse of the day, but I thought that would be cool use of the time while you were watching oil get poured in the engine. And we can throw these bottles in recycling and start this thing up. There's my website. So it'll be down in the pinned comment, but if you want to type it in yourself, #1synthetic.com. All right, Gabe's gonna fire it up here, looking for that oil pressure light to go out, and it did. So I'm gonna go underneath and check for leaks real quick. It is so hot here in Florida. We are looking forward to fall. That looks good. Filter area looks good. Let's see if these are still made in the USA. Producto de EUA, I think so. Yeah, USA. So, yeah, guys. So, go on. If you would, subscribe to the channel. Guys, I talk a lot about Amsoil, and it's good stuff. It's really been a good thing for me. And so I love the fact that it's made in America, right in Superior, Wisconsin. It was invented, and synthetic oil for cars was literally pioneered by a jet fighter pilot named Al Amatuzio, and hence Amsoil. Used to be AMZOIL because his name has a Z, but there was some conflict with Pennzoil over the use of the Z, so it's AMS, Amsoil now. But yeah, this car's on the channel a lot, this 03 Accord, as is the 07 Pilot and the 89 Mustang. We just got this thing running after being down for 3 years. Maybe you want to go back and check some of those videos out. and I assure you it sounds pretty good. I'm looking to do a video where I can actually run a microphone somewhere back here and actually get some decent sound while we're driving the car. That's been a challenge so far, but all right guys, subscribe, share, and 100% synthetic is available right here. All right, so Katrina's holding the Amsoil fuel additives that she's gonna put in when she fills up. The PI is the super strong cleaner that cleans the entire fuel system in one tank. And then the upper cylinder lube gives you some lubricity and improves the ring seal between your pistons and cylinder walls. So those together can really help out. And yeah, Trina's car has been protected by Amsoil for many years, and we've even got this nifty little tag on the dipstick that we're going to pull here in a minute and verify everything's full, because you don't want people adding just anything to it. But it is compatible with all motor oils, but other motor oils would, you know, lower the performance benefits of running the Amsoil. All right guys, we'll keep this Toyota running for years to come. There's that mileage, 126,964.